So hello everybody and welcome to the community update for the 8th of December. As always, we'll do our best to kind of move through the news in about 15 minutes and then leave some time for conversation. Without further ado, we'll get moving. Little note about the upgrade to Regen Network 2.1. Those of you validators, this won't be news, but we did a smooth upgrade that happened on block 3,126,912 to fix the IBC bug. There was just a parameter misprogrammed in there. So IBC's been back up and running. Plenty of transactions moving back and forth to Osmosis and other chains. I don't know, Dan, if you want to share just the lessons learned here, not necessarily on the bug, but on the upgrade itself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you for the shout out. I didn't see you put Dan was a hero. Appreciate that. Yeah, so really everybody did a fantastic job. It was just a couple of folks. I mean, it was like really quick turnaround. Validators only just had like a couple of days to actually perform all of these functions. So a couple of the validators didn't have a chance to upgrade their binary ahead of time, and unfortunately had to restart their validator with a snapshot because it just broke their machine basically. So but other than that, really, I guess the one lesson, as a validator on any network, Regen included, and all the other ones that some of these fine validators are on, you just got to be present. You got to be paying attention, and sometimes these sort of quick turnaround upgrades have to happen. In the future there may be a security upgrade. So you just got to always kind of be present and be paying attention. But I think everybody did a fantastic job this time around.
Cool. Thanks, Dan. All right, so the next steps here for Regen Network 2.0 are an incoming governance proposal around the allow list for credit class creators and administrators. So that's going to be coming. We're doing some final touch-ups with the registry and science team just to make sure that proposal has all of the details about the future credit classes that R&D Inc. will be bringing on chain, just to give everybody the insight into that and to follow the template that we suggested in the proposal that everybody voted for. So that's going to be happening here. We'll get that up before the end of the new year, and that'll, there'll be a 2-week voting period, and then sometime very early in the new year, R&D Inc. will be starting to put credits on the blockchain, which is very exciting. So there'll be things starting to get tracked and moved, and the market will start to sort of like slowly be growing. There's still some UI stuff and some other features that we're working on, but this will be like the first pretty significant step. So I believe there'll be something like 150 or 200,000 credits up on chain available to sell, as well as we'll be tracking the credits that have been sold over the counter up on the registry and ledger system as retired. So that'll be pretty cool moving forward. So just a reminder, HackAdam is ending today. Some cool things that have been getting worked on. I'm sure there's probably more stuff, but things that have sort of crossed by my field of awareness are there's a Klima fork being built by the Chain Apps' crew, running on the Cosmos SDK. I think it may have evolved into more of a generic protocol-owned liquidity engine, but started out as a Klima fork and is, I believe, going to be interacting with the Regen eco credit module, and so that's exciting. And then there's also a team working on an allocation engine, Go module allocation engine, to be able to allocate staking rewards and LP rewards to projects and addresses and other stuff that's happening, which is kind of exciting. Quick update to everybody. We got over 80 submissions to our grant round here at the end of the year. It was really exciting. Some really excellent stuff, some cool stuff from some of the folks on the call. We've been reviewing these with the team and getting our heads wrapped around our full grant allocation. And hopefully, in the next couple of days, we will start communicating back out to the grant applicants about next steps and acceptance. So that's really exciting to start building the ecosystem in that way. There's a whole range of applications from eco credit, methodology development, project development, some awesome stuff around working with the data module by Will and Paul at Cambium, some cool stuff around the Cosmos SDK, some cool stuff around Regen Ledger interfaces, lots of awesome stuff. So just, it's been really a pleasure to get to read through stuff, and the team's really excited about all the great things that have been submitted. I think this was a hanger on from a couple weeks ago, but you can use Mint Scan and Cosmos Station on Regen Ledger, which is exciting. Thanks to the Cosmos Station team. And Dan, you want to talk about Proposal 6, which passed?
Yeah, so this is so anyways, so proposal number 6 passed, which is kind of more a signaling proposal. As you know, there's no actual parameter change that happened on our chain, so there's a minimum 5% commission rate signaling kind of. I mean, the problem is it's kind of tough to enforce. So really what we can do, it's more suggested to the community to kind of go ahead and do that. Now, there's all sorts of different ways around this for folks. So right now, it is a thing that's happening. However, unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do if people don't actually do the 5%. I think there is a way on some chains actually have a software upgrade that they've done to enforce this. However, this is not included in our code, so I'm not sure when that's going to happen for us. But it has passed, just so everybody is aware. Go ahead and follow the suggestion there. And I can actually talk about this one here too. So CoinGecko market cap. There's a slight confusion around our market cap. As if you check it out, you're going to see that all of our tokens are actually liquid on there, which is not necessarily the case, because there's 35 million that belong to the foundation that are going to be locked and kind of part of the CS DAO. So since Genesis, there was always just a question mark, and the team had decided, well, let's keep the question mark for now. We went back and forth. A lot of the community was like, let's just get a number up there. So right now, the market cap is up there. The token, current supply is up there. But when you see that, keep in mind that the foundation is going to be locking tokens. So there's some discrepancy there. Just wanted to point that out to folks.
And there's also an ongoing conversation, even with CoinMarketCap and other people, about what tokens you actually include in the total, market cap calculation. So I think the decision is basically all of those tokens are going to be calculated in the market cap. There may be API changes as those tokens are dispersed and permanently locked. Again, for those of you familiar with the Community Staking DAO program, the endowment of those tokens takes place sort of like a trust, where the principal can't be exchanged or sold, but where there's full governance rights, and the staking rewards are sort of like at the discretion of the DAOs that are being endowed. And for those of you, just a reminder, that's land stewards and scientists. So there's this sort of like large endowment program to align network governance with the, primary sort of prosumers or users of the network, people who are doing methodology development, science, land stewards, and in some case developers as well. So that's the community staking program, just to remind people. Quick liquidity report. Liquidity has been shrinking as the price has been on a downward trend over the last month or two. Total liquidity is just a little bit over 20 million, which is still a healthy, it's still essentially a healthy percentage of the total market cap, which is great. Trading volume, I think we should do the week trading volume as well, but trading volume for 24 hours was just a little shy of 400,000. I think we can, I'll just do a quick update here. So this is happening. Yes, the transaction to move the community allocation, so half of the community allocation over to the Osmosis community. We're taking steps towards that. We've been coordinating with the Osmosis team. There's about to be a proposal going up on Osmosis. And then to outline essentially the broad, it's a signaling proposal to outline the usage of the tokens, and essentially to sort of say, hey, these aren't going to just be spent as yield farming incentives to sort of like pump Regen, Osmo trading pair or something like that. Instead, there's sort of a set of strategic proposals that the community can explore for the health of the larger ecosystem, up to and including sort of engaging with Regen's mission around ecological credits and markets. So that should be all sort of, I'm guessing we're going to have this all executed by the end of next week. So that's exciting. So as always, if you'd like to make sure you've got this on your calendar, you can snag that link, and the next call will be taking a little holiday break after this one. The next call will be on the 5th of January. So with that, I'll open it up and see if there's questions, conversations that want to happen.
Regarding the proposal on Osmosis, I'm not sure if everyone is aware of their proposal time. It's much shorter than any other chain. I think
it's really quick. Yeah.
So so that should be advertised to all the validators too. So they know that this is important. They have to vote on it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So the thought is to get it up. There's a draft circulating. The thought is to get that proposal up, I think, maybe Monday of next week. And then I'll go on the Twitter space, the Osmosis Labs Twitter spaces, and we can also, communicate in the forum, in the Discord, and just try to socialize with all of the validators, maybe do a round of calls and whatnot. Just Telegram or Discord calls to everybody, just to, let them know that it's happening. It's a good point.
Also, I think this is the first of its kind, like a lot of things that Regen is doing, which is awesome. But it might trigger discussions outside of the proposal. So, for example, I want to bring this back to my team and talk about it more there. It's I find it very interesting, but I want to get their opinions also on if this is how we want to do it. If this is a straight yes, if we have any notes about it. So so the sooner this is advertised, the better.
Cool. Well, there are, let me There has been a forum post in both the Regen forum and the Osmosis forum. There's something magic about actually getting it up as a governance proposal that like forces the conversation. But I'm happy to send the links over to you around right now. I can just put them in the conversation. I think that's helpful. Like if you have ideas or restraints or challenges, I think it's probably worth, communicating them in the forum where the conversations have been happening. So, the link didn't come through. Just a sec. Let me just make sure the links are there. There's the Commonwealth. Here's the Osmosis Commonwealth link in the chat there. And here is the Regen forum link. So you can see how the conversation has sort of evolved. There. And if it makes sense also, Greg, if you guys are thinking about that, because this was sort of like following through with an action that was outlined in the white paper, and we had a several month-long sort of forum post open, we were sort of thinking we didn't necessarily need a formal vote over on the Regen side to execute this, but we wanted a signaling proposal on the Osmosis side about sort of like the community buy-in around the use of funds and just socializing it and letting everybody know that it's happening and kind of engaging with it. But if it feels like it should sort of like be formal on both ends, totally open to that. So
I don't want to drag things down. So if this is already agreed in the ecosystem, then perfect. It might just be me that I was out doing other things, and I'm still catching up on some of this. So
cool. We'll have a look, and if you have any questions, let us know. Happy to chat more about it.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome to folks. I see a few folks hopping on. Hello. Hi, Dorn. So yeah, we were just chatting about the sort of like protocol to protocol transfer of tokens, which is pretty exciting. There's other things brewing in the ecosystem. I know Dorn and some of the open team folks have been working on some proposals for use of the Regen funds, and there's a bunch of DAO work happening with land stewards and scientists. So lots of things brewing. It's going to be exciting to see that stuff start to surface into a more sort of like visible to the larger community. Is there anything, Dorn or Will or other folks who are working, or anybody else, you, Paul, Ishmael, I see you on there as well. Lots of folks who did some great grant applications. Anything that people want to just share with the community? I mean, obviously we haven't gotten back to you all, so it might be premature, but anybody out there want to share anything?
Sure, I can just share that it's exciting to think through the process of actually bringing on, and I think a lot of the focus is on how we introduce the Regen ledger to agricultural communities and non-technical communities, and what it actually takes to move across that governance process or introduce the concept of, you know, this type of governance in general. And so I think a lot of the work has been really mapping some of the existing communities and walking through what that might look like, and supporting the sort of the learning process and the appropriate, you know, and feedback for creating interfaces to really bring the larger community along. I think the other big piece is, you know, that we're working on with the fellowship program with the Regen Foundation is really around the role of sort of community facilitation, technical and community facilitation in existing non-crypto communities, to help bridge and with that learning process and create trust in that first phase. It's sort of an incubation program as new DAOs who aren't, again, coming from the crypto space, but coming from bioregional communities and so forth. So I think that's where a lot of the effort, and I think a lot of progress and thinking has been made in terms of what that's going to take on the ground.
Cool. Thanks, Doran. Hey, Will.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to echo what Dorn was saying, and yeah, really excited to improve the accessibility and adoption by building out some tools that'll kind of like lower the bar. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Other thoughts, comments? Anybody have questions or just matters arising as we sort of move into the holiday season? We're just sort of like at a high level. The R&D Inc. team that Dan and I are on is going to, and Ryan on the call. We're going to be trying our best to stop working on the 20th of December and not pick up until the new year. I'm not sure how that's going to work for me personally.
I think I'll be around.
and Dan, yeah, on the community side. So we'll probably be around a little bit, but trying to sort of like set a little bit of an expectation with everybody that there's actually going to be a little bit of a lull so everybody can take some time away from screens and to be with family and do other rejuvenating activities. So this will be yeah, don't trust Dan. Yeah, it's probably not possible. Might not be possible for me.
That's not gonna happen.
No, I'll be around. It's just impossible, but whatever. I'm on Discord all the time anyways, even on my free time, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, but anyway, I do want to like manage everybody's expectations. So if there's things that you'd like to discuss, speak now or in the next, week, 10 days, 2 weeks almost, on Discord and other stuff. But we will be not having the next usually scheduled call, right? Because that'll be, I guess that's on the 22nd or something like that. We'll be, having a break then, and we'll pick back up on January 5th. So. Cool. Well, maybe I'll just zoom out and just share a couple thoughts here as we're ending the year. Things are moving really fast at the intersection of crypto and climate, and I've been continuously getting hit up on Twitter and on our Discord and other places with people just being really grateful and excited about the many years of hard work that the Regen community has put into trying to create a application specific and user governed approach to ecological claims and assets. And I think we're still sort of like ahead of our time in a way, but yeah, just getting lots of love and attention for kind of, going slow and doing it right and building the right sort of scaffolding. So I'm really excited about the new year coming up and, having the eco credit module online, having the data module available on a test net, starting to work towards Regen Ledger 3.0, which if we do a quick, I could actually do a quick screen share here. As always, people can tune into the external roadmap. We've been doing our best to, just like keep this up to date. But the big things that are moving for Regen Ledger 3.0 are the eco credit baskets and the marketplace functionality. And then there's a bunch of work that's been happening on bridges. The data module, we'll see if we get it into a nice stable form on the testnet and it goes into 3.0 or 4.0, it's really going to be dependent on some of the work that Will and other folks do and like what the demand is. And I'm hopeful that it might make its way into Regen 3.0. But just really excited to have sort of the full featured functionality that we've envisioned. And it's like really coming together, and it's coming together around a community that's actually doing a lot of work on the ground instead of sort of being discombobulated or disconnected to the needs of whether it's a farmer or a forester or a scientist, sort of like to bring credits to the marketplace. It's really, so just really excited about 2022 and the community. It's been, I sort of said this earlier, but it's just been a little overwhelming and really inspiring and exciting to see everybody's grant proposals and the level to which many people are really sort of like tuned in and engaged, and the opportunity to kind of work together. It's really exciting. So kind of ending the year on a really high note, really very excited about everything, everything coming. So with that, I think we're coming up to the top of the hour. So I'll, wish everybody happy holidays. And I know we'll be communicating with a lot of you over the next week or two before we close the year out, and see everybody on the interwebs, see everybody out in Discord, and have a great end of the year. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you, guys.